Hi, it's Photo Tristan, and in this video I'm taking a look at a new camera that I got for YouTube and for vlogging that's actually pretty unique. It's called the Canon Vixia Mini X, and this is the unit here. It's got a very unique form factor, and I think it's kind of cool because it incorporates some advanced features that many camcorders have in a small pocketable, video camera. Also, it has really great audio, which we'll talk about in demo in this video. So this is the box that it comes in. It retails for about $400. Sometimes you can find it on sale for less, $300, $350 or something like that. Comes with the wrist strap, a battery, which I've already installed in the unit, as well as a USB cable. Of note, you have to charge it up internally using this charger by plugging in the charger into the side here and charging it with the battery internally in the unit. Now, the battery is a fairly new battery by Canon, so they don't have a lot of aftermarket batteries for it yet, but eventually they may come out with them. The battery is a Canon NB-12L battery. That's a fairly new battery, so maybe in the future there will be cheap aftermarket batteries available for it. And then here's where the SD card goes. So this is the camera here, and as you can see, it's got a really unique form factor. It's basically a palmable type camcorder. It also very uniquely is that it has this flip-up screen here, so that when you're videoing, you can actually see what you're videoing by using the flip-up screen, but also you can flip it around this way, and if you're doing like a vlog or selfie or something, you can actually see yourself too while you're doing it. This also works really great in the car too. So unlike a GoPro or something like that, when you're videoing in the car, you can actually see yourself, when you're taking video of yourself in the car. That works quite well. And also it works with it totally folded down like this. The other thing is the audio on this is really excellent. It has a really nice pair of stereo microphones here, and the audio is just the best of any small camera that I have found to date. They've really got a real winner with the audio. Canon really geared this product in part to musicians and bands who want to record themselves playing and then post it on YouTube or whatever. So they did a really good job with the microphones, and it pretty much nails the audio every time. I've used this in many different situations in the car, also in windy situations when I'm out walking, and it really nails the audio every time. It's got really good audio. The other unique thing about this is it has a pull-down lever here so that you can actually stand it up and record something like that or record yourself. And this has some friction to it, so you can do different angles very well. So you can sit it on a table and do like a video log or whatever, diary like that, quite well. It also has a tripod socket as well. Another thing that's very unique about this is it has a microphone input, so you can actually attach a external microphone, like a lavalier mic, for instance, into it to use that for audio. Not only that, but also you can mix the external microphone that you plug into it with the built-in microphones. That's very handy in an interview situation, for instance. If you want to put a microphone on the person being interviewed, but then also you want to be heard as well, you can be close to the camera and be heard through the built-in microphones, and then you can mix that audio with the audio of the external microphone that's plugged into the camera very well. Another professional feature that it has is you can actually manually set the microphone level right here with this little dial. So you don't have to rely on automatic microphone level. And then also it has a headphone output jack here. It also has a raw HDMI out here, and that's the USB for transferring to your computer. And then you've also got the record button, which is right here, and the playback button, which is right here, which you press when you want to review your stuff in camera, stuff that you've shot. So far, I've really enjoyed using this camera. It's got a lot of neat features, and again, the audio is top-notch. My one complaint about this camera, however, is that it only has a wide-angle fisheye lens. It does not really incorporate a zoom. It does have a close-up mode where you can set that, and it'll actually zoom in digitally to a 35mm equivalent focal length. However, there's nothing in between that, so you're either at all the way wide angle or at 35mm equivalent. So I really wish that it would have a zoom. If it actually had like an optical zoom on it, this camera would be really tops. That said, this is still one of the best cameras for vlogging that I have found to date. And with that being said, why don't we go ahead and take a look at some example footage that I shot with this camera. Here we go. So here's a test on an early morning walk. A little bit breezy, I'm walking pretty fast. In situations like this before, oftentimes when a breeze would come up or when I'm walking, you would hear the wind noise. But I think you'll agree that these mics do a very good job on this camera. seems to nail the audio almost every time. So even in a windy environment or while walking like I'm doing now, so I think it does a fairly good job. And the wide angle of view does take some getting used to as a viewer, but from my standpoint, framing the picture is a lot easier. You don't have to get the video recorder really far away from your face, to get yourself in frame, and it's not all up in your face and everything like that. So that definitely has some pluses to it. Alright, so this is the camera mounted inside my car. It's mounted on the windshield upside down, and then I just flipped the video right side up in software, which is very easy to do. But incidentally, the camera itself even has built-in features to where it will flip it automatically inside the camera as well. Now, a lot of people use the GoPro inside of a car. However, the problem with the GoPro is the audio on the GoPro pretty much sucks. It's not very good audio at all. Also, you can't see yourself when you're taping because the GoPro does not have a screen on it. So this actually has a flip down screen or flip up screen, so you can actually see yourself as you are recording, which is really nice. And also the audio on this is really tops. I'm using just the built-in microphones right now, and you probably can tell I sound pretty good. I've even got the sunroof a little bit open here. Let me close it. And I probably sound pretty professional, good in terms of the audio. And of course, you can plug in an external microphone to this too. So if I wanted to, I could be wearing a lavalier mic right here and have it plugged into the camera. So there really are some nice positives with this Canon Vixia Mini X. And it's certainly light enough to use a windshield mount like I'm doing now in the car, unlike a full-size camcorder, for instance, which would just be way too heavy and unwieldy. So this is the mount that I use in my car. The top suction cup attaches to my windshield, and then the Mini X attaches to the tripod mount on the bottom of this. The Mini X has a tripod socket, so I would just simply screw it in. Let me go ahead and show that to you. Screw that in and make sure it's fairly tight, like that. And then this whole thing attaches to my windshield, and when I'm driving, the screen actually pulls down like that, and I can actually see myself as I'm recording while driving. Now there's even a menu setting in here to flip the video so that when the unit's upside down, as it is right now, the video will be right side up. But also that's very easy to do in software as well. The wide angle field of view on this is pretty much the same as a GoPro as far as I know. However, the audio on this is so much better than a GoPro. So if you want to record any kind of audio while inside the car, like while you're driving for instance, I think this unit really can't be beat. However, note it's not an action cam, so I would not use this outside of the car. For that, a GoPro would be definitely more suitable. But for when shooting inside the car, this unit really is tops. So this has been my look at the Canon Vixia Mini X. In other countries, it's actually called the Canon Vixia Mini X, but it's the same model. I really like it for the form factor and for how well it performs in terms of audio and how convenient it is, as well as the professional features that they've managed to incorporate from higher-end camcorders, but into a small, pocketable camcorder form factor. While I really appreciate the wide-angle lens on this camera for purposes of framing easily, I do wish that it had a zoom, which would make it even more useful. If you like using a wide-angle field of view, I think this camera is going to be really hard to beat. It provides really professional results that you would normally find in much more professional units such as professional camcorders, but even those don't have as wide angle of a lens. I actually appreciate the wide angle lens for when doing vlogs and stuff, because that way I don't have to hold the camera as close to my face, and I don't have to worry about framing as much and making sure things are in the shot. That said, it would definitely be a bit more useful if it had a zoom built into it. So thanks for watching my look of the Canon Vixia Mini X. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them. And if you found this helpful, go ahead and give the video a thumbs up and share it with friends. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you in my next video.